Hey everyone, welcome back to Sailboat Vlog Time with Jonas and Linda.
Hello everyone. I decided it was time for me to add some material to the work Linda has been doing, showing you guys the work we have done on our boat. As I was going through her videos, watching what she has done, I realized that my own part is not very good. You can't really hear what I'm saying most of the time because my voice is very low and so on. Also, I'm that kind of guy that when I'm really into something, I tend to focus on that thing a lot. So doing a second thing like filming, trying to tell what I'm doing, those kind of things, it doesn't really work for me. So no, this is what we are going to do. I'm going to fill in some parts, explaining a little bit more in detail what we have been doing, and hope you guys will enjoy it. And yeah, let's go into it. The electric motor we have installed on this boat is a trolling type motor, and it's actually made for much smaller boats than this. The power is around 1 horsepower, and with maximum speed setting on the motor, the boat can go between 2.5 to 3 knots. And of course that is not very fast, but going fast and far is not the idea with this motor we have bought here. The idea with this motor is that it should be a convenient way of going in and out of the harbor. Compared to the old petrol engine that we have, the petrol engine that came with this boat when we bought it has a power of 10 horsepower. So it's a huge difference actually. Although the old engine has 10 horsepower, it still can't make the boat go much faster than 5 to 6 knots. And that speed will be achieved around 50% power output from the engine. If you give more power output, actually not much will happen. The way we have installed this motor on the rudder of the boat also makes it much easier to handle everything when you are going in and out of harbor. It makes it much easier to steer with only one hand on the rudder. It's also very convenient with the electric motor when you want to switch from reverse to forward drive. There is no gear or clutch that you need to handle. You don't need to go to idle. Everything is handled with one switch. Some of you might already be familiar with the way a trolling motor is made, but for those of you that have no clue, I can explain a little bit. The actual electric motor is a submerged motor that drives the propeller directly under the water. And the motor hangs on a shaft that is sticking down in the water. And through that shaft, the cables that feeds the electricity to the motor is going up to a control unit that normally sits on top of the shaft. It has a handlebar that you can use to regulate the speed and the direction of the motor, and also a small display where you can see the voltage of the battery. The battery actually is not included when you buy the motor. You connect it to a regular car battery, lead acid battery of any kind. In this case I have connected it to the main battery of the boat that sits in the front. What I have done is that I have split this motor a little bit. I have taken the control unit with a handlebar and separated it from the shaft. In that way this motor will be more like a fixed installation on the boat, and it makes it also harder for someone to just steal the motor from you, because what can they steal? Yeah, they can steal the submerged motor and the propeller, but there is no control unit with it. And this is the way it operates. When you want to use the engine, you just turn on this switch here. The display comes on and you can see the voltage of the battery. At this particular moment, the reading is 13.1 volt. That is very good actually. That means the solar panel is really making sure that the battery is fully charged all the time. And the way it works is you just turn this handlebar. As I mentioned earlier, the reason for installing this electric motor is not to be a fast motor or something you use to go very far, because let's face it, going 2 to 3 knots for a maximum of 1 hour, which is the capacity of the battery we have now, it will not make you go very far. And that is not the idea. The idea, as I mentioned, is that we want something that is very convenient when you are going in and out of the harbor, until the moment whereby you can hoist the sail and go by the wind power, the way you want it with a sailboat. In the marina we are staying this summer, I think it will take us about 10 minutes from the moment we untie the lines and start the motor until we can be sailing and turn the motor off. So that was it for this time. I have explained a little bit more about the electric trolling motor that we installed. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will be able to do some more things like this, fill in some extra material on some of the things we have been filming that we might not have published yet when you see this, but we are working on it, so it will be more things to come in the future. Hope you enjoy. See you soon. Take care.
Thanks so much for watching Sailboat Vlog Time with Jonas and Linda.